on YouTube. It's Botza from Soul King Crew TCG, and today I'm showing you guys some new Luffy gameplay with new cards from OP-02 with not that much major changes from OP-1, but still it does impact the deck a little bit. Before we get started, I just want to say there's a lot of you guys are just not hitting the sub buttons like God, so make sure to hit the sub. Alright, first up we got Luffy versus Kinemon. I decided to go first. I dropped the Nami, get the Sanji. Kinemon drops the Okiku with 2 Dawn, and I decide to start off by dropping the Sanji because Sanji's crazy. One quick note about this deck with like the new changes from OP-2. I decided to take the approach of being like very aggressive. I play high amounts of rush cards. Like the 2-drop Sanji is not really a staple in the red decks. I think it's not bad in the Luffy deck because like it's generally a 3-drop because you get the 1-drop back from, or the 1 Dawn back from Luffy, so it becomes a 3-drop 6k with rush. So I decided to do that. One quick thing about Okiku. Okiku is like a really problematic card for red because it taps your cards. But so I play rush cards, so necessarily I really don't care for them to tap my stuff. So that's why I chose that approach. He decides to ditch 2 cards to protect himself, which is I think is like a bad move. He takes out my Sanji, edges my Nami, and drops a blocker. So here I would probably try to answer his blocker and deal with Okiku. Let's see what he does here. Swings for 7, I block that. Drops another Okiku, another problem card. I pistol it this time. Thank God I had the pistol. Generally against Kinemon, I know in my previous video I stated that Kinemon wants to generate more advantage, which is true. So I want to necessarily beat down him early in the game so I could generate my life. So now he has 2 life against my 5. He deals with my monster, or my character at least. Oh, drops the Odin, 7-drop Odin, and with the Momosuke. He's at 2 life. The game is bugging out a little bit. Let's see if he blocks it. He has 5 cards. Oh, he takes it here, which is, I don't know why. I think that was a misplay on his part. Then I drop a Sanji. See how crazy Sanji could be? Now he ditches the 2k combo. Maybe he only had 2k combos. Oh, he didn't. I guess he didn't. So now he's in a sticky situation where he has to block everything or ditch out with combo. He adds the Toki off of the Momo. Swings in with the Odin for 9k. Probably is gonna tap 3 to restand it. Drops the 5-drop law, bounces the Momo, probably drops. Oh, he drops the Raizo and a Toki. So here I'm thinking of a way to kill him. He only has 1 Dawn, so he probably has a Paradise Waterfall. So I try to bait it out, or bait out a blocker at least. See, I'm still good at this game, or I'm at a good spot in this game because I have 5 life. Ditches 2 cards. Or 3 cards actually. It's over my Nico Robin with Yamato because he tapped it with Yamato. It's probably gonna swing over my Brook. I protect it. That was kind of a misplay on his part. He has a lot of Dawn. I guess he doesn't want to give me cards, which is kind of fair. Sometimes you don't want to give your opponent cards. That's like a gist of like getting used to the game on whether you want to push in or not to push in. But he's really in a bad spot. So I pass, got rid of his blocker. He searches another Capone, which is another blocker, which the green deck loves to do. Here I'm thinking I do Red Hawk him because he decides to swing in with Odin first. Kind of misplay again on his part. I get a rush card here. So that's why I was telling you guys, like, rush cards are very important late game. They could just swing in for game, especially when they have a board of blockers. He drops a blocker, drops 2 blockers. I have 2 rush cards and my leader is swinging this turn. Sheesh! He's in trouble now. Yep. Made him draw a card with Killer's Effect. Dropped the Sanji. Sanji Brook combo was pretty nasty. Yeah, just swing it at the face. Pretty much, so you just want to apply pressure to his face, force him to block it. Debating whether if I should stick more Dawn on him, which I do. Maybe he doesn't want to block it, so he could ditch a 2k combo. Oh, decides to block it. So I still have my Zoro. I drop my Zoro, attach the Dawn. Answers Bonnie so he doesn't get another blocker in his hand. Odin's by far one of my favorite cards in the green deck. It just floats so well, especially when you have board presence. Swings in for 8, I draw a Nami. Nami's really good because I could literally search for any rush card in my deck. But here I just need to stack my deck. Don't need to really do anything. He didn't drop a blocker. Swing for game. GG's, man. Alright, game 2 we got against the Z deck. I don't know if you guys know what the Z deck does, but it's like, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still learning what the deck does. Swings in for 5, I draw a card, it's a free card. Borsalino, really absurd. Combos out of that, which he probably thought I was just gonna Dawn ramp Luffy, which I kinda did. Shiki got off the trigger effect. Kobe, like pop, 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 pop. 3k over my Gordon. Let it die. Yes, I do. The magician, man, playing tricks. Tricks up his sleeve. Brook over Shiki. Probably. Oh, he blocks it. Borsalino, one of the best blockers in the game, hands down. Not even close. Yeah, I was questioning. I thought he didn't block it. It was a mistype on my part. Drop the Nami. Get the Zoro. Zoro is the best. Zoro is the best. Vista, pop that. Drop Zoro, swing to base. Takes a card. So now I got board presence. For black, it's kind of tough for them to generate more advantage or generate the advantage back. Drops a queen. Ditches a Sakazuki. Do I think I'm blocking it? I'd probably let it die. Why block it? Force out the attack. Okay, he uses his ability to get rid of my Zoro. Draw blocker. Now, if you guys don't know what Edward Newgate does, that's like a new addition to the Luffy deck that I was talking about early in the video. On play, basically, it ramps up your leader by 2k, and when attacking, when you have 2 Dawn underneath it, it basically pops a 3k or less. So it gives your leader 2k attack for your turn and your opponent's turn, which is kind of crazy. And since I have rush cards, I want to set up with like a whole board, drop a new gate, and then end them with like rush cards and my Luffy. So he decides, or I decide to hit him with my Vista over his Kobe. Probably protects it, which he does. I swing over with my leader. He blocks it with Queen. Kuzan. Why is it gonna be so icy, man? I'm tempted to just drop another new gate, which I do. Because new gate's OP. Hit for 3. 30 on 30. Or I meant 8, I meant. Blocks it. Hit over his Queen, so you can't use it anymore. Drop a blocker. Yeah, all these Z lists are all kind of different, so I'm still trying to see whether if I want to get highly aggressive with the deck early on or later on in the game, or just trying to generate advantage like the green deck or against the green deck. So I swing in for 5 with my Nami, and then he DCs because he realized I have 2 new gates. So for the third game, we got Kaido. We open up pretty well. So we get off the Nami, we get the Brook, because why not? 2k counters are always great to have in your hand. Take it, draw another Zoro. My hand's filthy. My hand's very filthy this game. So poor Kaido, even though he has an Onigashima, but I really think Kaido just like really has to draw the Onigashima to play. So now it's gonna be kind of a good game. He decides to drop the 2k Drake, which I thought he kind of misplayed because he just dropped it for no reason. Like he drops the king early on, pass my Zoro, protect my guy. Oop, draw another 2k combo. This deck is just filled with 2k combos. I love it. Swing in 5 because I have probably gonna drop Zoro. Tatted Dawn, or not a Tatted Dawn. Six, he takes it. Uta's a really crazy card. I think it came in the structure deck or the Shang structure deck. Very good. He drops 2 blockers here. My hand's very gross. Poor guy. Hit him for 5. He's obviously got to block it. Swinging for another 5 here. Actually, I didn't swing. I dropped the Gordon first, which is kind of a misplay on my part. You never want to drop characters before you swing, because you could run into like an Impact Wave, or Red Hawk, or even a Punk Gibson. Depending on the deck, obviously, the colors and stuff. Each color has like a 2k combo or a 2 Dawn combo counter. Sheesh. He hits over my Brook with his 7k king, hits over my Nami with his leader, drops another king. He's like, king me, right? This is really crazy purple event card. I think it's like Hell's Judgment or something that just -2 your cards by 3k. Really crazy purple card. Alright, let's see what we do here. We probably could just drop a new gate, and we do. Swing in for 9. Ditches 2 cards. Doesn't Dawn Ramp it, which is kind of crazy. He's not really trying to make me ditch cards when I have a whole hand. Again, he should have probably just Dawn Ramped. I kind of sacked him. I drew the Red Hawk off of life and reduced his guy by 10,000, but that's what he gets. We're playing awful. You get punished sometimes. Put him in a sticky spot where he only has 3 cards and I'm swinging with a 10k. Nothing really beats it. He's forced to block it. And here I decide to drop a Nami, see if I can get something to answer one of his blockers. I didn't get the pistol, unfortunately, but we still got a Robin, which is a K counter. Drop a Luffy. So my theory is I could just swing in into his face. Next turn, drop my other Luffy, since its ability is if I have 2 Dawn underneath it, it can bypass any blocker, which is like one of the best rush cards in the game, hands down. So here I decide to do that. Try to swing in for as much as I can. Because necessarily his kings aren't really doing much besides taking over my board presence. Drops a blocker, sure. That's where I kind of fucked up. I kind of messed up right there where I swung in with my leader first and his Uto ability tapped my Red Luffy. Hey, I fumbled. We learned from our mistake. Again, he's only just not Dawn ramping for no reason. He drops a Kaido here, but he kind of loses here because I have the big boy Luffy. And that's game. GG's, man. Alright, that's the gameplay videos. Now I'm going to show you guys the deck profile. So here's the deck list for Luffy. Like yet again, guys, like I said, it's pretty straightforward from like the OP1 list, just like a couple different changes from OP2. So we got Luffy, we got 4 Otama, 4 Gordon, 4 Nami, 4 Robin, 4 Zoro. Here's a new addition, we got 4 Newgate. So from like OP1 we took out Shanks. Shanks is still good, but like I just wanted to test out like the factor of like him giving my leader a 2k boost and then Luffy giving him an extra dom, which is like basically 3. And then we got Vista. This is ridiculous. Anything that's under 3k can basically pop with Vista. Especially when you got Otama, you could reduce anything by 2k and then pop with a Vista, or you could just reduce with Otama and then pop it with Whitebeard. Then Sanji, like I was saying earlier, Sanji is really good. Sanji and Brook is a pretty neat combo where you could just drop the Sanji first and then generate the 2 Dawn with the Brook that you're about to drop, or you could just generate it with the leader effect. So for the blocker, we only got 1 blocker. We got Chopper, pretty straightforward for the red deck. 4 Brook, 4 Luffy Rush, 2 Red Hawk. I'm necessarily debating on whether I want to play this card or not. It's either this or Radical Beam necessarily, like, cause like you wanna protect yourself, and this answers basically 2 cards because it gives you 4 cards. It blocks rid of it or get rid of an attack, and then pops another monster or character. And then you got the 4 pistol, which is pretty straightforward. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's the video for you guys. We got the Luffy gameplay and the list. Hope you guys do enjoy, and stay tuned for more videos about or from Botza. Peace. So one more thing, guys, I just want to say we're doing a 500 sub giveaway once we hit the 500 sub. So please make sure to hit the sub button and stay tuned. Later on this week we're having our boy SKC Botza on the stream. And as always, guys, be safe and stay alive. Peace.